to a new episode of Drone Wars here on Squatting Quads. And today we have two noisemakers discreetly disguised as FPV drones. On the left we have got the SpeedyBee Bee25 from, well, SpeedyBee. And on the right we've got the Sub250 Huma20 from, well, Sub250. These are two drones that I thought were incredibly noisy, and I thought I knew which one was going to be the loudest. But settle down and enjoy this episode of Drone Wars, because everything you think you know about these two may well just be about to be turned upon its head. Let's freaking go. Quick interlude just before we begin this episode of Drone Wars, because we had a draw on the last episode, and I said to you guys there is a community post. It's now up to you guys to vote for which one you think is the winner of that episode of Drone Wars, and that was between the Mobula 6 HD0 and the Air65 Analog, and I can reveal the results of the post are now in. We have got a staggering 202 votes in total. The winner with 77% of the vote is the Beta FPV Air65. Thank you for voting, everybody. Hopefully this episode doesn't turn out to be a draw. Let's freaking go. First up, the category of price, and with an 04 Pro and an ELRS receiver, the Sub250 Huma20 is coming in at $380. With an 04 Pro and an ELRS receiver, the SpeedyBee Bee25 is coming in currently at $460. So based upon price, the first category goes to the Sub250 Huma20. The next category is performance, and taking a quick look at some of the specs, we can see that the Sub250 uses 1303 motors and 2-inch props, whereas the SpeedyBee uses 2.5-inch props and 1404 motors. So everything being equal, you'll get a better performance from the SpeedyBee than you would do from the Sub250. Therefore, the SpeedyBee takes this point and brings it back to a draw. Next up is flight time, and again, all things being equal, the weather, the wind, the battery, etc., you will get a slightly longer flight time on the SpeedyBee Bee25 because of those larger props. You do have slightly larger motors, but unless you're opening them up at full throttle, you should be able to remain lower in the throttle response in order to eke out slightly more flight time. Again, we are talking relatively paper-thin margins here, but you will notice a difference with the SpeedyBee Bee25. So that makes it 2-1. Quality, and although you can see the Sub250 on the desk currently has an 03 camera system in it, Sub250 do offer an upgrade kit whereby you can just install an 04 Pro directly into your 03 version. We're reviewing it based upon an 04 version because that's the price comparison, and the important thing to know is that it doesn't have any jello or any issues with the camera with an 03, and with an 04 it just drops in there. So I'm going to call this one a draw because they're both potentially using an 04 in 2025, and they're both jello free and produce lovely, stunning footage. Neither of them have props in view, so I'm going to call this one a draw. Durability, and this is one whereby I think, unfortunately, the SpeedyBee being so good is going to actually work against it. As you can see, it has what's called a modular camera system, and that means that you can remove that whole camera and VTX with a couple of screws, and you can plug it into another SpeedyBee drone that supports that modular system, such as the Master 3X. There is also rumours of 5 inches coming next year, but don't tell anybody I've told you that. And unfortunately, that does then create a bit of a weak spot because it is modular, it is connected with just a few screws, whereas the Sub250 Huma20 is more designed to be within the frame, ingrained within the frame, and to be that little bit more secure. And in a crash, it's probably going to protect your camera a little bit more. The other flip side as well with the SpeedyBee is not only is your camera at a potential risk in a crash, but so are your antennas and so is your VTX, as it's all in the one unit here at the front. So from a durability point of view, I don't think any have got any major problems, but I would prefer to crash the Sub250 than the SpeedyBee. So I'm going to give the point to the Sub250, and that brings it back to a draw. Next up then is innovation and features. The Sub250 features an innovative flight controller adapter board whereby the USB goes to the back on a cable, and yeah. To be fair, if I was flying anything around people, the Sub250 Huma20 is probably a little bit better because it offers that little bit more protection. However, when it comes to features and innovation, the SpeedyBee takes this one by a country mile. You have got the LEDs that are inbuilt and already set up, so all you need to do to change these is add a switch in Betaflight and just flick the switch and it goes through all the different versions. You've got the adaptive modular head. You've also got a Bluetooth flight controller with it. They've included in the back, for anybody that doesn't know that hasn't seen the review, a cable and a holder for GPS, so you literally just plug your GPS in. It's already all set up, apart from your GPS rescue obviously. You've got an adapter board at the back there, and it is genuinely, when it comes to innovation and features, an easy winner in this category, a real easy winner. So with that, the SpeedyBee Bee25 takes a lead. The final category then is our Angry Karen noise scale. First of all, let me play a clip of the Sub250 Huma. This is the Huma20. Hopefully you can see it. Very loud. I'm at 30% throttle. Disarmed. It's not very quiet, is it? Now let's play a clip of the SpeedyBee Bee25. So SpeedyBee Bee25. We're just going to see where this one settles on the Angry Karen score. It's been a while since this has been on the channel. Such a good looking drone though. That was a shock to me, probably just as much as it was a shock to you guys. The noise that the Bee25 puts out is, in my opinion, far greater than the noise that the Huma puts out. I always regarded the Huma as one of the more noisy FPV drones available today. But that was until I flew them back to back. And that's why it's really important that I do these tests, because memories fade, and what you remember back then, it gets clouded with all the other stuff that comes in between. And that's why it's really important. And I do get asked virtually every single day, will you give me a free drone? Are you going to give a drone away? We give this away. Can I have this? And it doesn't bother me, because wherever I can, I will always help out fellow pilots or wannabe pilots. But that's the reason why when people say, well, now you've finished reviewing it, can I have it? That I struggle to say yes. I'll always try and find something to give away to you guys. But had I given away the Bee25 or the Huma20 and not flown them back to back, I would have scored this differently. There's no question about it. I would have. Memories are such a weird thing that I would have instantly said, nope, the Huma20 is absolutely the louder of the two drones. And that is not the case. So that's just something I thought I'd drop in there. But once again, and I have not engineered this. I've literally sat down, got my category list and gone through them. We have a draw. So once again, guys, I'm going to put it to you to vote for which one that you think should win this episode of Drone Wars. And we'll announce it at the beginning of the next episode. The one thing I will ask you to bear in mind is we are comparing apples to apples. So we are comparing the 04 Pro to the 04 Pro. So I don't want to hear you guys say, well, I'm not going to vote for the Huma20 because it's got an 03 in it. The price we quoted was with the 04 Pro. So with all that in mind, there is going to be a community post linked in a pinned comment and also in the description. Get over there, hit the one that you think is the winner, and I'll see you on the next episode of Drone Wars. Peace out, everybody, and have a great Friday. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.